microphone. Yes. It's time. I'm Mike Varney, and this is vlog number 1. So I've tried to do this vlog about 3 times. The first time I left the microphone off, the second time I ruined the footage. So this time around I'm actually gonna try to get this right. So this is vlog number 1, and the reason why I decided to do this video is because I started shooting videos and working on different projects back in December, and I found out that I really enjoyed it, and so I decided to start a YouTube channel as kind of an outlet for that, so I could work on different projects and improve my skill. But I wanted to do something in my vlog that would bring a little bit of value to my viewers, hopefully. And I racked my brain, and I couldn't figure out what I was going to talk about, and I thought about it for a really long time. And you know, the thing is I've been a Christian my whole life, and I've never really talked about my faith. I didn't know how, and so I just didn't. And lately I've kind of gone through some stuff, had some experiences, and you know, the short of it, I decided to take politics and religion out of my faith and look at the world a little bit differently. And once I did that, everything kind of started to make sense to me. There was a lot of time wasted on, you know, arguments and debates, and it really is all just a bunch of distraction. And now that I kind of have this viewpoint, you know, I decided that maybe I could talk about my faith, and I think my perspective is a little bit different than others, than a lot of other Christians. You know, once you take religion out of faith, it really kind of gives you a different perspective. And that's also not something that a lot of Christians like to hear, you know. When you start talking about how their traditions are really pointless, or, you know, maybe some of the stuff they do is unnecessary, it really upsets a lot of people. And that's not my point here. That's not what I want to do. But I believe that religiousness kind of builds up these walls and kind of barriers that keeps everybody on the outside looking in away, you know. And that's something that I want to try to address, you know, maybe talk about some of that stuff that keeps people at arm's length, or makes people feel like they're not good enough to be a part of the club. So hopefully I'm going to talk about some of that stuff, and hopefully it will make sense. One of the first things I wanted to talk about was the fact that Jesus' love is for everybody. Not that people run around saying that it isn't, but there's this big mindset that you have to be a perfect example, or have to act a certain way or be a certain way in order to be a good Christian. And, you know, the truth is Jesus died for everybody, regardless of their walk of life, you know, whether they were, you know, tall, short, male, female, you know, conservative, liberal, gay, straight, like whatever it is, Jesus died for every single person. And, you know, there's this message that Jesus shares with the world that is, you know, come as you are. And yet, for some reason, there's this thing that you have to act a certain way, or dress, or look, or whatever. And it's just not true. And I think it's something that has been built up over time. And, you know, it's something that people need to hear, you know, is that you don't have to look a certain way. I remember when I was a kid, there was a big fuss because this guy came into our church wearing a Megadeth shirt, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, this guy's got a Megadeth shirt on. He's a sinner. He's Satan because he's wearing this shirt." And it was like, you know, who cares? Like, he's here because apparently he's searching for something. You know, let him search. Who cares what kind of shirt he's wearing? Who cares if it's Megadeth or Pantera or, you know, Slayer? Like, who cares? He's searching for something, and, you know, let him find it. And that's really kind of the bottom line, is that Jesus doesn't care what kind of clothes we're wearing or what we look like or who we are. He just cares that we're searching for him, and if we search for him, we'll find him. And that's it. So that's vlog number 1. If you enjoyed this, if you liked it, if you like this, hit subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you next time.